Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors make final call on max contract for Jonathan Kuminga ahead of season. Jonathan Kuminga might be a member of the Golden State Warriors beyond this season, but it won't be on the maximum contract unless something significant changes during the upcoming campaign. Anthony Slater of The Athletic reported on Thursday, September 12th that Golden State is not currently prepared to offer the two-way forward and former number 7 overall pick in the NBA draft a max extension. The Warriors aren't currently prepared to give Kuminga a max extension like the 5-year $224 million deal Franz Wagner got from the Orlando Magic that will start at 25% of the cap, or anything that stretches is too close to that $44.8 million annual salary. League sources said there's credible reason for Kuminga to believe he can play himself into that ballpark with another leap. The talent has flashed for long stretches. The upside remains immense. Kuminga's relatively limited track record and protection of restricted free agency gives the Warriors leverage and reasons for patience. Kuminga is entering the final season of his 4-year $24.85 million rookie deal. In 2024-2 he averaged 16.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2.2 assists and 0.7 steals per night across 74 games played. 46 starts last season according to Basketball Reference. Golden State is likely less concerned about a specific increased statistical production and more interested in witnessing Kuminga make a leap that indicates he can within the next couple of years become somewhere between the second best and fourth best player on a championship team that features Stephen Curry. The Warriors have indicated that they are all in on making a run at one more ring, with Curry still clinging to the back end of his prime. He is under contract for 3 more years, and a max deal for Kuminga could hamstring those aspirations if the forward can't be the championship caliber player they need. Jason Tatum gives Draymond Green backhand. Jason Tatum recently appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. The Boston Celtics superstar has kept busy since returning from his gold medal campaign at the Paris Olympics. He recently returned home from his tour in China, where he was advertising his Jordan brand Tatum threes. During his Jimmy Fallon guest appearance, he gave Golden State Warriors Draymond Green an idea for a future career. Fallon asked Tatum which NBA player would make for great second career in wrestling. The Fallon smiled as he asked that question, and while waiting for Tatum's answer, Yard assumed he knew what was coming next. I love him to death, Draymond Green said, a smiling Tatum. Sadly, the reputation Green earned through years of shocking and dirty plays has since made the 4-time NBA champion the subject of many punchlines, even that of Fallon, a late-night talk show host who attacks the low-hanging fruit of a joke. Green only played 55 games last season, mainly due to multiple suspensions triggered by choking Rudy Gobert. Committing a blatantly awkward violent strike to the face of Joseph Nick. For the Warriors to succeed, they must depend on Green's defense and pseudo-point guard skills. Stephen Curry nearly played the Warriors into a playoff seed, but 46 wins aren't enough in the current Western Conference, so they steeled for a play-in tournament slot. The Sacramento Kings eliminated their Warriors a season after the playoff series in which Green received a 1-game suspension due to stomping on Domantas Sion's chest. While a WWE career sounds fun and an excuse for Green to rampage, even that company has rules as to what you can and can't do. Green must rein in his emotions and keep his hands to himself unless he's stealing or blocking the ball. $90 million champion deemed Warriors realistic dream trade target. The Golden State Warriors have won 4 of the NBA's last 9 championships. They could add another NBA champion like Kyle Kuzma to potentially win a 5th one within the decade. In a September 12th story, Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus named Kuzma a realistic dream trade target for the Warriors and explained how they could make a trade work if the Warriors aren't willing to pay Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. Perhaps they can relocate them to the Washington Wizards. For Kyle Kuzma, Golden State would need to include others like Kevin Looney and Garrison too, and roster space would be an issue for the Wizards, taking in that many players, but it's workable with some creativity. Pincus also explained how the Warriors could avoid crossing the NBA's first first tax apron. Kuzma has $3.1 million of unlikely incentives, but the Warriors can stay below the first apron this year and next. In adding the one-time NBA champion, Kuzma will enter the second year of a 4-year $90 million contract. He has averaged over 20 points a game over the last 2 seasons and won a title with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2020. The Wizards nearly traded Kuzma to the Dallas Mavericks. The Athletic's Josh Robbins reported that a trade was in the works, but it was Kuzma himself who negated the trade when Wizards chief decision-maker Michael Winger informed Kuzma that the general framework of a trade was in place to send Kuzma to the Mavericks, a potential deal that Winger felt only lukewarm about. Kuzma told Winger he wanted to remain with the Wizards, Robbins wrote in a February 13th story. Kuzma himself told Robbins how the situation went down. "There was a point in time Dallas, they definitely did want me." Kuzma told Robbins, "Winger presented me with what the trade was and obviously didn't want to trade me and kind of left the decision up to me a little bit and asked me what I wanted to do. I told him I wanted to stay and continue to build something, and that was kind of the end of it." Kuzma also explained to Robbins why he had no interest in joining the Mavericks. "In my career I won a championship, so I understand that when we play this game of basketball it's not about contending for a playoff spot, it's about contending for an NBA championship. There's only like 3 or 4 contenders, true contenders. I just felt like our timelines didn't line up. The irony is that the Mavericks went to the NBA Finals and could have used Kuzma. If the Warriors can rebound following a poor performance, they too could use Kuzma. The problem might be if he feels the same way about them as he did with the Mavericks. Though Kuzma has 3 years left on his contract, his salary reduces with each passing year. The Wizards will pay Kuzma $23.5 million for the 2024-25 season. By the last year of his deal he will be owed $19.4 million. Since NBA teams will try to avoid tax aprons, both his skill set and contract would be very valuable to any team trying to win while not having to pay too much. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Kuzma? Leave your opinion in the comments.